What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. All right, check it out, guys. Look, got my paint gear on. Your boy D was doing some painting today. Look at that paint all over my hands. Yeah, man, I had to get out and do some painting. Well, anyway, what's up? France on 2 in the building. What's good with your France? Dragon leg. What's good with your dragon leg? My man Alistair 49 in the building. What's up, Champ Ross? What's good with your fam? Hey, so check it out, man. Can star power ruin the idea of the tournament structure, right? So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys heard what the WBA came out. No, I mean the WBO came out and said they're canceling the tournament they were gonna have, and a lot of this has to do with Ryan Garcia deciding to go the WBC route instead of taking Tago on to go, through the tournament situation. Now, they still have Baranchik, but even still that they have Baranchik that's willing to, go forth with the tournament, and Tago and the other fighters. Without Ryan, they shutting it down. They don't even want to do it. And see, this is when we were talking about this tournament structure, like Mark brought up, if Eddie Hearn was to be able to make the acquisition for the PBC, if they could introduce tournaments. But will this be a problem, though? That's the question. Soccer Training Club in the building. What's good? My man Boxing Monster. What's good, Boxing Monster? And so could that be the problem? Could this be a problem that they don't want to, if they don't have the right star power, they don't even want to throw the tournament? Because, look, a tournament is for the good. Just because Ryan Garcia is out, what does that mean? Is for why would they stop the tournament just because Ryan is out? Like they should keep going, right? They should still have the tournament, but they shutting it down. No Ryan, no tournament. And that just lets you know, bro, like the tournament structure is good and it's something that will drive fans, but it's just like what I was saying yesterday. Even the sanctioning bodies are gonna follow where the money is, bro. They're gonna follow where the money go. And that's what I was saying yesterday. If Eddie Hearn could find a way to make that acquisition, he's going to hold a certain amount of power because they slammed the whole goddamn tournament because Ryan ain't going to be in it. Basically, that's how I'm looking at it. Like, the tournament should go on. When Teofimo left the tournament structure, they went on with it. When Regis Progress was about to pull out of the tournament, they weren't going to stop it. You know what I mean? But now all of a sudden they're stopping this tournament. Now that Ryan has announced that he's going to go the WBC route, which means were they having it because Ryan was involved? And if that's the case, if they were having the thing just because Ryan Garcia was going to be involved, is that telling us that now, even with these tournaments, with the tournament structure, we're going to need star power? Is that what they're saying? Yeah, and then for everybody coming in, if you see the paint, I got my paint gear on today. Y'all see, I went and did some painting today. A friend of mine who owned a paint company, this Corona shit that fucked them all up, bro, and he need help bad. And I told him I could help you out a little bit, man, but I can't be coming out painting every day no more. For one, my health won't permit it, but I just said I can't do it, bro. But it's my man, 20 grand like that. That's my boy. Like, we friends, so, and he need help, man. He gonna lose these jobs, So I got up this morning, guys. That's why y'all ain't heard from me. That's why I sent the live back. You know what I mean? He got changed. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Hey, ask him if it's good if I get his horn. If you could give me his horn. But so and plus it's good for my physical fitness. I say that, man. I need to get out of the house sometimes and do something. But I told him I help him out till Friday, and after that I'm done, bro. Because I know I'm gonna be fucking hurting every day. I'm already hurting right now. I don't need to really be doing that much, but give, man. Remember what I was telling you guys. You got to give. Like, I'm not even really in the position to be going out painting every day, and my physical is not really up for that. But it's a friend of mine, bro, and he need the help. You know what I mean? So it's not about like, yeah, he gonna pay me because I ain't gonna do this shit for free. But I would prefer not to even go do it. But I gotta give him the help, man. I gotta give him the help. So it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Like I'm there. You know, what's up, dog? So you know, but anyway, back to this tournament structure. It's like, to me, it's just crazy, man. It's like this tournament, Baranchik. Like, who don't want to see Baranchik fight? You know what I mean? Like, you could still toggle Baranchik. Man, I don't know. With everything that's going on with the pandemic, us not getting fights and all that, the last thing I feel like the WBO should have done was slam the tournament. They should have had that regardless. Like, that should have been priority, bro, because at least you're going to give, like, the best fighters are going to compete in that tournament. And even if, say, okay, Ryan wasn't in the tournament, at the end of that tournament, you're still going to have the best fighter. That fighter's still going to have names. You're going to actually get to see these guys, see what they bring to the table, see what they could be in the future. Fuck Ryan Garcia, bro. Like, why slam the whole tournament because Ryan Garcia is not going to be in it? I mean, France on 2 said business loans started today again, guys. Yo, and they got a package out now in the SBA here in America. They giving $10,000 to $30,000 for small businesses and shit. I'm not gonna apply for one, but everybody I know is getting approved, man. My brother got approved. I think he got approved for like $18,000. Couple of my homeboys back home. One of my boys got a trucking company. He got approved for $30,000. My other boy got he got tour buses. Y'all know, like the Greyhound, not Greyhound, but you know, the charter buses. He has like 3 charter buses. That's his business. And he got 30,000. But to me, it's like it's a loan. A loan is a loan. They still have to pay that shit back. And yeah, they're approving everybody right now. But man, people jumping on that money, and like I'm not, like, bro. Like I said, you buy money, you borrow something, you gotta pay it back. It's just that simple. If you borrow something, you gotta pay it back. And I don't want to pay anything back. So yeah, the loans are starting, but I ain't taking it. I tell you that. Dion lives even at work. Yeah. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, so it's good for him to give me the horn and shit. Yeah. I'm on the live now. I get it from him though. Dito, that's me. Yep. All right, good look. Hey, so y'all already know what I'm about, right? Look at this. Look at that bitch there. You see that shit? Now this is what all of y'all need. If you got any ailments, if anything hurts, just go get you some of this. Get you some of this. Got no more problems. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. I was like, they on that military base, you gotta take an hour, right? You gotta take a whole hour for lunch, right? So as soon as I got there, by the time I got my pass and shit, it was almost time to go to lunch. So I just laid in the grass and was kicking it on Ring IQ. I went on his live, and I was on his live at lunch, eating my bananas and Pop-Tarts and shit. Yeah, man. Even at work. I might do a live. Y'all gonna watch me paint though. I might do a live tomorrow while I'm painting. I'm gonna set the camera up. Y'all gonna watch me work and talk boxing. How about that? Paint and talk boxing. You know what I mean? Soccer Training Club said D is gonna take his last 15-minute break and turn it to an hour. No, I'm off now, dog. It's from 7 to 3. 7 in the morning to 3. You know, on that military base, bro, they don't play around. You gotta have certain hours. Ain't no working over. We gotta have a guy. It's Department of Defense. We gotta have a guy walk around with us. Like, I can't even go to the bathroom, and he sits there the whole time. Like, they just pay him to sit there and watch me the whole time. I can't even leave outside of any. Like, if I'm in one break room, we just painting break rooms right now. So, but it's prevailing wage because it's the government. So I'm making $37.50 an hour doing it. But We just painting break room. So while I'm painting break room, if I gotta go to the bathroom, he gotta walk down the hall with me and go to the bathroom. I can't go nowhere. And you gotta have this badge. You gotta get signed in every morning. When you go out to lunch, you gotta sign out, sign back in. Like they're not even fucking around on that military base. But nah, I get out of there at 3 o'clock, bro. But it's only gonna be this week, guys. So we're gonna have the Speak Your Mind Sports Talk Live Daily. I'm gonna put a community post up. I told him I'd help him out for a week. But after this week, it's going back to 12 o'clock. But I think we're just gonna do 3 o'clock for this week, 3:30 for this week, because I'm gonna go ahead and help him out. But after this, bro, yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do, but like I can't be painting every day, man. I wish I could, because I miss painting. I do. Like painting, like I like to paint. It's, you know, it's good. It's therapeutic for me, but I just can't do it. Plus, I spend enough time talking to y'all all day. You know what I mean? What are you talking about, chat? What's the boo-boo? Oh, shit. We can't run this live long either, because champ, is the picks. Do we have fights tonight? So we got fights tonight, man. I'm gonna shut this thing down. I might crank a live up later, but I'm gonna damage everybody. If y'all in the prediction league, get ready, cause I'm on damage mode this season. I should have won last season, bro. I should have won last season when we came off of COVID, and Champ is my witness on this. When we came off of COVID, I was on a fucking live, and Champ was on the live. He was like, D, you gotta put your picks in. I had 20 minutes to put my picks in. I put all them picks in, and that week I still got 90 points. Had I done my film study, I would have got more than 90 points. I only lost by 1 point. That fucking week, when we came off of COVID, and I was sick, if you guys remember, I wasn't even online for like 5 or 6 days. I wasn't even online. And I was sick, and so when I came back, I didn't even get to put. This season here, I'm gonna bust y'all ass, man. I'm telling you right now, ain't gonna be no mishaps, ain't gonna be no sick weeks. I'm putting these picks in. So put your shit on. The prediction league, I'm tired of getting up there third, second. I got second twice and third place. Third place once and second twice. Bro, nah. I can't. I gotta cash in. I gotta get the win. It ain't about the money or nothing. It's just like I can't call myself the man to chase in there, and I don't have a title yet. Like Champ got a title, Naota got one. Shout out to Roccolo, he got one. So I can't say, you know, just like Charles Barkley, he was a great player, but he ain't never get that ring. Right? He never got that ring. He was great, Hall of Famer, All-Star, but Charles never got that ring. I need that ring. So I'm kicking ass this season. I ain't worried about no Mark. Call Mark. He in. I'm glad he in. Listen, I'm trying to get Julius in there too, ring IQ. I want you to be the tightest, smartest, most efficient motherfucker so I can beat you. I'm not like PBC fighters. I want to fight the best. Let's get that straight, bro. Let me get away from it, all that damn noise. I ain't no damn PBC fighter, dog. I want the best. The best. I want Mark to be in there. I want everybody to think they fucking know boxing to come in the league so I can bust y'all motherfucking ass. That's what I want. So call Mark and tell him to make sure he put his picks in if you're going to call him, because I don't want no excuses for this ass whooping I'm about to lay upon y'all boys this season. No excuses. Champ, film study, VHS film study. Shit, I wish, bro. Some of these guys, Champ be trying to throw a monkey wrench on DJ. Champ said, yeah, I'm going to throw a monkey wrench on DJ. That motherfucker ain't going to find no film on this dude. Champ, I'm like, damn, Champ, where the fuck you find this guy from? Some domestic fighter. He don't even have recordings from his dad and shit. You know, your dad record fight, can't find no footage. Those are the fights that I usually miss, if I do miss. Sometimes I still get lucky and hit those, but it's those fights where I can't do no film. That's where I ain't even gonna lie. If I can't do the film work, bro, that's no, it's tough. It's tough. I gotta see something from the guys. If I don't see nothing from them, man, you can look at records and box rec and all of that shit. You can look at that all you want, but that's not gonna tell the whole story. Cause how many times you look at box rec and you got a guy that's 24-0 or some dumb shit like that, and then you got another guy over here that's 26-4, and then the dude that's 26-4 been knocked out 2 times. You got this guy 24-0. Then he go right in there and get beat the hell out of. And that's simply because you got to look at the fights. Just like that last season, that Clay Collard and Kaminsky fight. Bro, a lot of people that picked that young kid Kaminsky, it is no way they did film study on that fight. Because if you would have looked at that young kid Kaminsky and you watch Clay Collard, bro, it's easy to know Clay Collard was going to beat the shit out of that kid. That kid's skills was no good. And it seemed like it was only me and one other person that picked Clay Collard in that fight. And I'm like, ain't no way nobody even looked at that fight. They just looked at the record, and this kid Kaminsky had some highlight reels of these looping wide ass body shots. And I'm like, this kid gonna get beat up. Clay Collard went in there and dusted his ass off. So I gotta look at film, bro. I ain't here gonna lie. And Mark picks are in. Yeah, cool. So it is tonight. Hold on. Let me see. Hell no, I ain't making no excuses, dog. I don't gotta make no excuses, champ. I ain't making excuses, but that champ, cut that out, dog. You know, it just made me think about you. Fucking know that shit happened. You know that shit happened. No, I ain't making no excuses. Roccolo did his thing, bro. He won fair and square. Everybody in the top 10 did their thing this season because this was a race. This season was a real race. When we got down to the last 3 weeks, anybody in the top 10 could have taken it, bro. So this was a good race. This was a good, solid race. So Roccolo, shout out to Roccolo, Ola Dito Deval, Champ Ross, Victor Chinian, and all of us in that top 5, man. Shout out to everybody because that was good shit this season. You know, no excuses, bro. No excuses. I dropped the ball, so it is what it is. Ain't gonna happen next season, though. I promise y'all that. No, sirree. I'm kicking everyone's ass next season. Ass whipping. Trust. So, champ, let me see. I'm trying to look. Anyone join the prediction league, shoot me the email. Oh, don't worry, champ. I'm getting ready to get on my computer. You already know I'm getting ready to run the ad. All right. 2 of me. Woo! Oh, that was loud. All right. I had to switch, guys. All right. Back in the house, in the AC. So, we are back. Back now. Yeah. What's up, Phone Jack? What's good with you, fam? Sporting Advantage in the building. Let me see. DVHS player rewind button is broken from the porn. Hell no, nigga. Porn. I got a special phone for that. I buy houses. My old phone. So I don't catch no viruses or nothing. I use my old phone for all the porn. Then you can cast it to the TV if you want to watch it on the big screen. No more porn on my computers and my good stuff. Yeah. All right, guys. So let me put this link in the chat. Let's get this thing cranked up, bro. I ain't even get a chance to shower up, guys, and none of that. I said, oh, man, I'm already late. I knew some of you guys was going to be waiting. Alistair, Dragon Lake. All right, come join the panel. Link in the chat. Get this cranked up. Oh. All right, there it is. All right, cool. So, let me see. Chin Smoke in the building. What's good? Mr. Two Hands in here. Mr. Two Hands. What's up with you, fam? All right, guys. So now that we back in the house, I'm gonna put some things up. I took some clips yesterday of some information, and I'm gonna share it with you guys. But yeah, man, this stuff is complete madness if you ask me, dog. I don't think, like, I really wanted Ryan. Like, it would have been good if Ryan would have took the WBO route because, okay, so he's getting ready to fight Luke Campbell, and I get that. That's cool. I don't have a problem with that. I think that's actually a good fight for Ryan. But if he'd have taken the WBO route, he would have ended up fighting. He would have ended up fighting. What's his name? Baranchik. Which we can't say Baranchik is not a good test. You know what I mean? So, like, either way, Ryan would have been proven. That's my thing. And again, I don't even, like, I can't respect at all that they can't in the whole tournament, because to me it just seems like they can't in the whole tournament simply because Ryan Garcia is not going to be in it. And that's just not a reason to cancel the tournament, bro. Like, it's too much. Boxing is down right now. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? So hold on, we'll pull up this info right quick, guys. All right, here it goes. Yup, here it is. So check this out. Check this out. I'll pull this stuff up. Show y'all guys this, man. This shit is crazy. You know, these sanctioning bodies, bro. And that's what I'm saying about, like, even if Eddie Hearn, even if he is able to, you know, get a couple of things off and all of that shit, man, these sanctioning bodies, bro, that's a whole nother animal. Let me share the screen right quick. Show you guys this shit, man. And this comes straight from the WBA. Straight from the WBA. All right, boom. Or WBO. I keep saying the WBA. Can y'all see that? Y'all can read that, right? All right, boom. Can y'all see that? Do I need to blow it up? All right. So say the WO reverses course, suspends plan for lightweight box off. Emmanuel Tago dreams of fighting for the World Boxing Organization lightweight title is forced to be placed on hold. The San Juan, Puerto Rico headquarters sanctioning body made waves in a number of ways on Monday, beginning with the first rating update since the start of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Interesting, there didn't exist any movement in the lightweight division, where the two highest rated contenders, Lee Selby and Ryan Garcia, are actively pursuing title opportunities with other sanctioning bodies in lieu of entering the WBO sanctioned final eliminator. Garcia and Tago, ranked number 2 and number 3, respectively, were previously ordered by the WBO to enter talks for a bout to have determined the mandatory challenger to the reigning WBO/WBA titles, Vasyl Lomachenko. Hope for such a bout lasted all of 3 days when Ryan Garcia, through Golden Boy Promotions, informed the sanctioning body that he was instead pursuing a potential clash with England's Luke Campbell. So, again, to me, what this is saying is, okay, so Ryan told them, look, I'm going to go fight Luke Campbell. Next thing we know, they reversed the decision. No lightweight tournament. And to me, I got a problem with that. Exactly, Mr. Two Hands. So Mr. Two Hands said, Ivan, would knock his ass out, right? And see, I'm not sure. I won't say, but I think Baranchyk is that's a good test. I won't put him like Baranchyk might be a tougher test than Luke, for real. But even outside of that, Mr. Two Hands, Barancyk's still around. Like, people don't want to see him fight. Lee Selby and Baranchyk would be a good fight. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get these sanctioning bodies, bro. And I don't get anything that's going on with boxing right now, to tell you the truth. To tell you guys the truth, because, like, man, what are they going to do? What are we going to do now? The cards we getting are trash, bro. If you have a tournament, like, I think all of the sanctioning bodies should put on tournaments right now. Like, that should be something, like, that should be something going on right now. Look, we got, what is it, July, August, September, October. We got at least 2 months. At least 2 months left of this foolishness with no fans. So at least 2 months before we see any real fights. I think they got some fans or something that may happen in August in the UK. But until boxing returns to semi-normal, we got 2 months, basically. They can throw a tournament within that time, bro. Shit, all 4 sanctioning bodies could throw a tournament in different weight classes. Just take your pick. They could throw tournaments, man. If they came in conjunction and started, man, they could actually force tournaments. And I think the tournament structure right now would be the way to go. Also, these sanctioning bodies right now, at this point, they should start implementing and enforcing stripping people. What y'all think about that? Because all of this prima donna syndrome, people not wanting to fight, man, they should start levying mandatories now. And if they don't want to fight, strip them. If they want to stick around for fans, strip them. I think now is the perfect time to start stripping these fighters, bro. Strip them of them goddamn titles if you don't want to fight for it. What's up, El Jefe?
Yo, what's going on, bro? You hear me, bro? You hear me, man?
I can't hear you.
You hear me?
Can y'all hear El Jefe?
Bro. Let me know in the chat if you guys hear me, bro.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, man, I'm right here in the hood, bro. Just listening up to what you're saying, bro. I'm not really with the stripping of the belts, bro, because the belts, these fighters have earned the belt, bro. It's like the sport of boxing does not need more regulations. If anything, it needs more freedom. Like, the people, we need freedom, bro. Same with the boxers, bro. The boxers should be allowed to pick and choose and allow themselves to choose the best fights, bro, instead of getting weak-ass mandatories like these belts have been giving us, bro. So we got to see it in that point of view, bro, because there's a lot of things in the sport of boxing that need to be changed that you're not talking about. So you got to keep the same energy with these other fighters that don't say the things that you're saying, but you want to put at the PBC, but not in the other side. So we got to keep it consistent and 100, as I've been saying.
No, hold on. What you ain't gonna do is come up here and rant on some shit that I'm not saying, dog. So don't tell me I have to keep it consistent. I just said all of these fucking sanctioning bodies need to have tournaments. All of them. And this ain't really about the PBC. The PBC causes waves, and we all know that. But I'm not singling no one out. I said for boxing, fam. So don't say I got to keep the same energy. I'm calling all of the sanctioning bodies out. What are you talking about keep the same energy? The WBC is favorable for the PBC anyway.
The WBC does not favor the PBC. The WBC favors the money.
Okay, well,
it favors the money, bro.
Fine, they favor the money, but over the years they've been favorable for the PBC. But my point to saying that was we talking about the.
Hold on, bro, because I can't hear you.
No. First, you hold on. It's my goddamn show. Chill out with that. And listen.
I can't hear. I'm gonna go in and out. Hold on.
Yeah, all right, whatever. the WBC is not even the topic. We started talking about the WBO, but all of these sanctioning bodies, what I said, it would be good to put on tournaments at this point, because at least we will get, look, with these tournaments, you're going to get good fights. No choice, right? Because the guys are hungry. They know that they can get a title. So with the tournaments, oh my God. Let me put this link in the chat, man. I got 2 young guys coming up here. Is probably going to run me crazy. So, Mr. Two Hands, somebody. I got 2 guys under 23 up here. So y'all buckle up, because we get right here some wild shit. I can guarantee.
Let me know if you hear me. Bro, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. What's up? OG Alistair, how you doing, bro?
What's up, bro? El Jefe, man. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, man.
Been listening to you.
We gotta teach D, bro, on this game, bro. Because the sport of boxing needs us young bloods, bro. So go ahead, man.
All right. So El Jefe, before you got off, I'm not singling out anything, and this ain't really about the PBC. I made one statement about the PBC. The rest is about the WBO, Ryan Garcia, and them suspending the tournament. But what I'm saying about all the sanctioning bodies, El Jefe, is that stripping of the belts will force action. This is what I'm saying about the stripping of the belts. Now, I didn't say just go around stripping belts. I said go around, set mandatories. And if these guys talk about they don't want to fight because there's no fan, then strip the belt. Because what we don't need as fans, El Jefe, is guys talking about they don't want to fight because there's no fans instead. That's what we don't need as boxing fans. I don't give a shit about these fighters, bro, making money or crying about their contracts. I don't give a shit about any of that. Get out there and fight. Entertain us. Because when the money was good and we was paying pay-per-views and tickets, y'all was eating. So now that we can't come in the arenas, y'all should still please the fans. Now it's y'all turn to please the fans. I don't want to hear nothing about, no, I'm not fighting with no fans. I'm not taking a dime less. Bro, what is that for the fans? What is that doing for the fans?
Yeah, but what is this message consisting on, bro? Like, what fighter are you talking about, bro? Because I'm kind of confused right now.
All of them. Mikey Garcia said it. Terrence Crawford just came out and said it. Every fighter that's talking about not fighting with fans or not taking less money, I'm talking about all of them. Any of them that said that. No one in particular.
I think you just got to keep it a little bit more consistent, bro, because Terrence Crawford has
Look, come on, dog. Don't talk crazy. How can somebody call out everybody but not be keeping it consistent? You're not even making sense, dude. I'm calling out all the sanctioning bodies, all of the fighters, all of the promoters to get this shit straight, and you talking about keeping it consistent. I'm calling out everybody, dog. How much more consistent can you be? What the fuck are you talking about?
No, it's just because today, bro, you're coming with this energy, but some other days you're coming with different energies. But we'll keep that for another day, bro. I just think Ryan Garcia and the whole WBO situation, that situation, bro, that's put it on the WBO, bro. You can't put it on Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has a chance. He has an opportunity to choose a sanctioning belt, bro. So why don't the WBO come out with a better way to rank these fighters and give fighters that deserve this chance, not just Ryan Garcia and the people that bring money, bro. There's a lot of fighters at 135, bro, that deserve the chance at the belt, bro. So why not give them a chance?
How much of this live have you heard, bro?
I've heard like 2 minutes before I jumped out.
Right, that's why you up here talking fucking crazy. Nigga, I started this live out firing shots at the WBO. And you sitting up here telling me, no, you got to go at the WBO. Nigga, I've been firing shots at the WBO. I started off, this is all about blame for the WBO. So what are you talking about? Don't go at Ryan, go at the WBO. You haven't heard anything, what I've been saying, bro. Why are you making points up here toward me on being consistent? I got to hold shots at the WBO, and you ain't heard shit that I've been saying. Because I've been calling out all of the sanctioning bodies. I started this live off. I don't understand what the fuck the WBO is doing. I didn't start this live off saying fuck Ryan Garcia. So please tell me what the hell you're talking about right now.
No, bro, I'm just saying this, bro, because I don't want you to get influenced by other people and by what they're saying. I want you to speak your mind. Speak from what you think in your mind, man.
I got
not other situations. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't want me to get influenced like I never have since I've been online, right? But thanks for looking out for me. I influence people, El Jefe. I don't get influenced, fam. I'm the influencer.
Well, that might be true, bro, but sometimes it just takes different minds to come with a solution of an equation.
So what do you think is a solution concerning this tournament? I don't think, El Jefe, it should get to the point where the tournament structure has to depend on star power. And the move, my problem is the move that the WBO just made. Did you see the article, El Jefe? Was you here when I read the article?
No, I didn't read the article, bro.
Okay.
I just saw the title.
All right. Well, I read part of the article. I got a couple more pages, but my thing is this. I don't want them to kind of open up Pandora's box as far as like no stars, no tournament. That's the last mentality we need in boxing right now. Tournaments would be great for boxing, but it appears as soon as Ryan Garcia decides to back out, and you still have Baranchik in there, tournament's over with. Like, they should have kept going with it. It should have still been a tournament, even though Ryan backed out. Like, my heat is not with Ryan Garcia. I think what Ryan Garcia did was a smart move for his career. He's going the WBC route, in my opinion, to face a better champion than his immediate opponent. Now, I'm not saying that, not a better champion, but a better fighter. So I'm not saying that a fight with Luke Campbell would be better than a fight with Baranchik, but a fight with Baranchik, if he was in the tournament, would happen down the line. His next fight was with Tago, and it was with Tago as an eliminator. It still wasn't leading him, you know what I mean? This fight with Luke Campbell, to me, is a more reasonable route for Ryan Garcia, because what's the chances that he beats Lomachenko? I think slim to none. I don't think he's ready to beat Lomachenko, but that's the route that Tago leads him to, Lomachenko. Well, the route against Luke Campbell, which I think is a better route, Luke Campbell is a very valid opponent, very valid for Ryan. It's definitely a test. It's a good fight, but that leads him to a championship belt with Devin Haney. So I think it's better he fights for a championship versus Devin Haney than to fight for a championship versus Lomachenko. He has a better chance to beat Haney. I don't think he beats either of them. He has a better chance to beat Haney than he does Lomachenko.
I disagree with the whole strategy you just put up there. I think the Devin Haney fight still needs marination. It's too early for them to fight. So I would love to see him fight Lomachenko. Why not fight Lomachenko or Teofimo if Teofimo beats Lomachenko? Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, that's a super fight. That's a fight that should not happen in the next 2 years, bro. So I don't know. I don't agree with what you're saying right there.
So you telling me that Devin Haney, who's unproven, who his best competition is Abdulayev and Alfonso Santiago, is a harder fight than Lomachenko? That's what you're saying?
I'm not saying it's a harder fight, bro, but it's a bigger fight. So you got to let that fight marinate. You can't make it too quick. Lomachenko's on his way out, bro. So it's easier to get Lomachenko out and get a name in Lomachenko. Even if you lose to Lomachenko, at least you fought him, bro, and you get the experience. Meanwhile, you're still marinating the Devin Haney fight, bro. That's how I see it, bro. Like I've been on my matchmaking shit, bro. My managing shit, bro. So I see it different, bro, than how you see it. You're seeing it as a fan. I'm seeing it as a manager.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Sporting Advantage say he agrees with you that it's a year away, but Sporting, I don't agree with him that Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia is a bigger fight than Ryan and Lomachenko. Fuck no. But look, Prime Fighting Champions asked me to read the article again for the latecomers that just came in. So let me pull this article up again right quick, guys.
They don't know how to read or what, bro? Make them read it, bro.
Yeah,
Know how to read the
Hush, I have faith. I'm getting ready to read.
Give a shout out real quick to Samuel Shaw, man. Shout out to Samuel Shaw and Boxing Monster, bro. One of the truest out there, bro.
No doubt. All right, guys. Here we go. So here you go. Prime fighting champion. So WBO reverse course suspends plan for the lightweight box off. Okay, Emmanuel Tago's dream of fighting for the World Boxing Organization lightweight title is forced to be placed on hold. The San Juan, Puerto Rico court of sanctioning body made waves in a number of ways on Monday, beginning with its first rating update since the start of the ongoing corona pandemic. Interesting, there didn't exist any movement in the lightweight division, where two high-rated contenders, Lee Selby and Ryan Garcia, are actively pursuing title opportunities with other sanctioning bodies in lieu of entering the WBO final eliminator. Garcia and Tago, ranked number 2, number 3, respectively, were previously ordered by the WBO to enter talks for a bout to have determined the mandatory challenger to reigning WBA/WBO title is Vasyl Lomachenko. Hope for such a bout lasted all of 3 days when Ryan Garcia, through Golden Boy Promotions, informed the sanctioning body that he was instead pursuing a potential clash with England's Luke Campbell for the WBC interim title. So that is that's the article for you there, Prime Fighting Champion, and anybody else who just came in. So that's basically what we're talking about now. But LFA, look, let me say this though. I get what you're saying about marinating fights, right? But you got to understand what I'm saying about this pandemic and what's going on now. Listen, not having tournaments and marinating fights in this atmosphere, fuck no, dog. Like, this is not, we don't need to marinate anything. We don't need to hold off fights, LFA. Listen, there is no guarantee, LFA, that the fans will be back in this fall. It could be the middle of 2022 before fans come back. And you talking about marinating fights? No, they need to do everything they can to put on the best fights that they can put on now. What are you going to marinate fights for the next 2 months? What if they extend fans not coming in? You know how far of a jump UFC is going to have by then? We're talking 2 months. Dana White putting on 2 cards every fucking week, bro. Midweek and a weekend card. Every week he's doing this. He's killing boxing right now. We don't need to marinate a goddamn thing. We need to put on fights, fam. Early and often. We need to put on fights, dog.
It's not about competing with the UFC, bro. It's about competing with boxing itself, bro. You got to create self-competition between the sport of boxing before you compete with the UFC, bro. The UFC is a different league. The UFC's demographic is much different than the boxing demographic, bro. So you can't really compare. I understand they're both combat sports, but you can't really compare that situation currently, bro.
Okay, everything you said was fucking irrelevant to what I just told you. Absolutely.
No, it's not irrelevant, bro.
Yeah. What you ain't gonna do is start cutting. You're gonna listen, dog, because I sat there with the screw face, but I ain't interrupt you. So shh, cut it out. Everything you just said, like I said, well, hey, FA, next time I'm gonna kick you off for good. Now, if I sat there quiet while you talking, quiet while I'm talking, bro, because I didn't say shit. Now, it's bullshit. Okay, that's irrelevant to the point that I'm making. All of that shit you said, okay, that's good, but it doesn't have a goddamn thing to do with what I just said, fam. Nothing at all. It doesn't change my point or anything. Ray Redemption, what's good?
Buenas tardes.
What do y'all think, man? Do y'all think marinating fights and canceling tournaments are good for this atmosphere?
Negative. I think I understand both of you guys what you guys are saying, but I don't think we should just be putting on fights. I think we should be putting on good fights as well. You know, because these fights that we've been having are not satisfying the customers. You know, the product that they're putting out there is not what we want. We want good product, and we need these big fights, and they need to these fighters need to put their egos aside. I know they want to get compensated, but I mean at the same time, they got to understand if the company's telling you, hey man, you know you got to go out there and do this. Sometimes you got to bite the bullet for the better of the sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah.
That's facts. That's facts, right?
Red, what's up?
What up, D? What up, Raider? And what up, El Jefe?
buenas tardes.
What's
I'm
going on, Red?
I'm here to influence you.
Yeah,
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No, I agree. I think that the good fights need to be made. You know what? They've had about 4, 5 months to marinate. All right. They should have been just because you can't have fights don't mean that you can't get us excited about fights that could potentially happen when boxing comes back. All right, so they could have look. You got these rappers, right? They've been having like these little rap battles and shit on Instagram and shit like that. They could have did something. The boxers could have did something to get us excited for what's to come when boxing comes back. This was the time to marinate, all right? And if they didn't take advantage of it, that's all on them. That's how I feel about the situation. Fuck the marination. We've been waiting for marinating since before COVID started. This was their perfect opportunity to marinate, and they didn't do it then. So fuck all that. In my opinion, put on the best fights that you can. All right. Some of these boxers were also a little bit unrealistic with their demands. I think they should have did something in goodwill, because that to me that goes a long way with the fans. That way, the next time they put on a pay-per-view, they'll be like, you know what? This boxer, they put on a good fight and a pay cut at the same time. Now it's time for me to support them, that they got this pay-per-view, or when we start going back to venues. That's how I feel about the situation.
right. And look what Luis Puente said, which is a valid point. How do you know they will still be in the same weight class? That's a fact. Because look, Devin Haney, Teofimo, any minute they could go up to 140. Ryan a little bit frailer than them. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like they're a little bigger than him, so he might have a little more time at 135. How do we even know they be in the same weight class? Then you marinate the fight, and Devin Haney sitting at 140 and Ryan still at 135. Now you don't have the fight without talking about somebody having to move up or move down or some catch weight or some bullshit. It just makes the fight more difficult. So now, bro, have the fight while you can have the fight. But again, I think I cannot say that it's a better route, at least for Ryan's career. I can't say it's a better route to go the Lomachenko route. If you have two options, you make a fight to get in position for Devin Haney, or you make a fight to get in position for Lomachenko. As a Ryan Garcia, man, you better go for another prospect. He's not a prospect because he's a champion now, but he's a prospect with a belt. Devin Haney ain't fought no one. He's a prospect with a belt. So that would be the better route, because basically it's like the hardest challenge is to get past Luke Campbell. Then you get to Devin Haney. With the Tago situation, which Tago's no scrub, for all of you that don't know, he ain't no scrub, but then you go from Tago to a Lomachenko. Nah, bro. Like, stay away from Lomachenko. Still, your name ain't Primo Lopez. Your name is Ryan Garcia. Stay away from Lomachenko.
See, let me say this real quick, because Samuel Shaw brought up a great comparison of how you cannot compare the UFC with boxing, bro. I don't know if you want to read it, man.
Where? What is Samuel talking about?
Samuel knows his business, bro. He's been doing business his whole life.
Boxing Logic united in the business. What's good? Garcia versus Haney is a trilogy in the making if they match them up sooner than later. Thank you, Myron Magnus. Great comment.
Hey D, that comment that El Jefe is talking about was about, I think you're on Eastern time too, 4:20 It's about 427.
I got it.
Yeah.
So compare UFC and boxing, like Dana White is doing something major. He is still giving the fighters peanuts. You can't compare the millions of dollars of paydays to hundreds of thousands of dollars. First and foremost, Samuel Shaw, shut the fuck up. First and foremost, Samuel Shaw, just because El Jefe sits up here and say, don't compare UFC to boxing, don't be an idiot. Because I never even compared UFC to boxing. As a matter of fact, El Jefe came up here ranting about a lot of shit that I didn't even say or suggest. So don't be an idiot with him. Because I ain't make no fucking comparison. What I said, as far as pay-per-views are concerned, UFC is on boxing's ass. Now, your comment and the bullshit El Jefe was talking about is irrelevant to what I said, Samuel. And that's what the fuck I just told El Jefe. It's irrelevant to what I said. Because all of that information y'all giving us, we actually talked about on another one of these lives. So thanks for repeating the shit we already talked about. Second, what the fuck does that have to do with pay-per-view numbers? Because that was the comment I made. Not a comparison. The fact that the UFC is on boxing's ass with the pay-per-view numbers. And they need to start giving us good fights. So whatever you and El Jefe got in y'all twisted mind right now about comparisons, why don't y'all text message each other back and forth and talk about it? Because, like I said, it's fucking irrelevant to the point I'm making. Both of you. How about that? You and your boy, OG El Jefe. How about that? Now, one of these promotions need to take a chance on a big fight and see what's happening. Yeah. Thank you. Fucking UFC is killing it. Thank you. That's my point. That's my point. They're killing it. They're killing it. Here's the point. Not about comparison, not about what Dana White can do. We talked about all that yesterday with Eddie Hearns. He would have to acquire the PBC and a lot of other things would happen just for him to come close to being able to do that. So we already know we talked about that. But pay-per-view numbers, read Prime Fighting Champions comment, because that's relevant, El Jefe. You and Samuel, that shit y'all talking about is irrelevant. But this is a relevant comment. The UFC's fucking killing it. Pay-per-view.
Well, let me say this real quick, bro. How is UFC killing it, bro? Did you see the Usman Masvidal fight, bro? That fight was so lame, bro. A lot of people were complaining about it, bro. A lot of people are gonna be mad about that fight, bro. So how is it killing boxing when you're giving us lame ass main events in the UFC, bro? Also,
okay, El Jefe, bro, I don't even want to keep cutting you off, dog, but seriously, don't start acting stupid. Pay-per-view numbers. Respond
no, it's not
don't say nothing else stupid. Don't say, hold on. El Jefe, chill. Don't say nothing else stupid. As far as pay-per-view numbers, the UFC is killing it. Why are you arguing this? Why? You was just arguing the other day on the other end. When Mark was up here, you was talking about, yeah, Conor got this, and this last fight got this. Now you're on the other side arguing this. So what are you doing here? Just the other day, you was talking about how the UFC pay-per-view numbers was killing it. Now you up here, and we're talking pay-per-view numbers, and you're arguing against that fact. So what the fuck are you doing right now?
I'm not talking about the business, bro. I'm talking about the entertainment value. The UFC is not giving us the entertainment that boxing can give us, bro. So you comparing the business with the entertainment, it don't make sense, bro. It's not so.
You don't fucking make sense. Because I keep telling your silly ass I'm not comparing a fucking thing. And I said pay-per-view numbers, and now you're telling me about some business. Do you understand what the word irrelevant means? If I say something about pay-per-view numbers, and you start telling me some shit about business, that's irrelevant to the fucking pay-per-view numbers. You idiot.
No, bro, it's just the point Samuel Shaw was saying. There were, right. I agree with him, but you came to a different perspective that I wasn't talking about. I was talking about the entertainment value of the sport of boxing is much greater because it actually gives us better fights in the UFC. And I'm not talking about the matchups. I'm talking about the fights, bro.
Right. So let me ask you something, El Jefe. Did myself, did Raider, did Red Glove Militant, did any of us say that the entertainment value wasn't higher? Did any of us say that? Did we suggest that? Did we allude to that? Did we assume that?
oh, the energy wasn't correct, so that's why.
No. Did any of us say any of those things, or even suggest that? See, the answer. Okay, well, let me answer for you. So the answer is no. You idiot. And this is why what you and Samuel Shaw are talking about is irrelevant. So we're not going to go on with this. We're going to go on with the conversation. Let that shit die, because what you and Samuel is talking about is irrelevant. Because nobody was talking about that. So kill that dumb shit, bro. And let's get back on to the discussion before I kick you off of here, because you're trying to make a debate. And I done told your ass before, this is a discussion, not a debate. You're debating points that I'm not even making. We ain't gonna do that. If you're gonna be a part of the discussion, you can't cut people off, and you have to stay on context. Do that. If you can't do that, go in the chat, dog. I'm being serious right now, because the Weekend Ryan Sports Talk Live Daily, LFA, is not a debate session. Get it through your fucking head, okay?
Yeah. Okay, bro. We won't debate, bro. But I'm just speaking my mind, bro. And let's speak your mind.
Yeah, you can speak your mind, but stay on context, dog. If you're coming at me about some irrelevant shit and then you're telling me I'm wrong, that's debating nature. But you're not even staying on context with it. So speak your mind all you want, bro. But when I asked Red a question, he was on context. I asked Raider a question. He was on context. You and Samuel Shaw, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all not even on context. So can you stay with us with the discussion? Can you do that?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Let me just
my nigga.
Go ahead.
All right, so back to the discussion. UFC pay-per-view, $60 to $80 if you want UFC Fight Pass for the year. Okay? Facts, bro. Like, and with these deals, with the fact that Dana White's putting on not mediocre cards, good cards, because we can complain about Usman and Masvidal, but what about the other 4 fights? Were they not good? Well, where you have boxing, where the undercard ain't good and the fucking main event ain't that great. See? So, like, again, it's just like, it's no time for marinating fights. It's no time for canceling tournaments. It's no time for any of that. What boxing needs, forget about the UFC. Let's look at boxing. Before the pandemic, we went from 15 to 11, which means boxing was on the rise. It went from 15 to 11. Fucking badminton was in front of boxing at one point. Badminton was more popular than boxing. So we've climbed out of that. And then the pandemic happened. We don't need to regress in the sport of boxing, bro. We actually need to continue to push forward. And marinating fights, look, how many, before the pandemic ever happened, how many of us wanted to see these young prospects get in there and mix it up? We wanted to see that. Now that we have the pandemic, you're talking about further marinate a fight between Ryan and during the pandemic, and we all wanted this type of stuff before the pandemic? No, that's the worst move boxing could make right now. That's like almost media suicide doing that shit. They need to make these fights happen. That's just my opinion on it. We don't need to marinate anything. We don't need to start canceling tournaments. The tournament structure is perfect right now, in my opinion. Put those things on. Don't cancel them. You got all of these fights that are supposed to happen, but let them extend that shit with the fans, bro. And people would have wished they cranked those tournaments up. Because if the whole thing gets extended with these fans, no fans in the stands, tournaments would have been perfect. But they're canceling those things. They're waiting on Teofimo, Derek Chisora, Joe Joyce, all of these fights, which those might happen because UK is supposed to be loosening up where they can have some fans in there. But if this thing gets slammed again, then all of those fights we were supposed to get late 2020 are going to be pushed back into 2022, 2021, I mean. They're automatically going to be pushed back. So if we could have had a tournament pop off already, hearing that the tournament's been suspended is not something I want to hear, especially because no prima donna idiotic, crybaby ass Ryan Garcia is not going to be in it. This idiot signs a contract, then complains about his contract less than 2 months later. Fuck Ryan Garcia right now. We need to have these fights, man. That's what we need to do, have these fights. Man Grown said main event might have been lame, but it was a decent, it was a good card overall. The main event was only lame to, and I'm gonna tell you this because there's a lot of UFC fans that talk about how Usman did a great job. That main event was lame to a lot of Jorge Masvidal supporters. That's why it was lame, because Jorge couldn't get off what people are used to seeing Jorge get off. All of these nice moves, and he couldn't do that. So you got no excitement out of Jorge Masvidal. And so people calling the fight lame because Kamaru Usman stopped him from doing anything he usually does in that ring. To me, that's impressive. That's impressive. He limited Jorge Masvidal to doing minimal.
I think you're in the minority, bro.
No, I'm in the minority of boxing fans. El Jefe, you are not even in the UFC community like I am, so don't even start that dumb shit. Don't even start it, man. Don't even start it. You're not even in the UFC community like I'm on the channel odds that they have 300-400 people watching, and I be on the panel talking to them UFC all the time. So don't start your bullshit. For boxing fans like Johnny Boy and shit, yeah, they don't shit. But a lot of UFC fans, there's a lot mad, but there's a lot that appreciate that work. There's a lot of people that appreciate the fact that he eliminated Jorge doing what he could do in that ring. See, when any good boxer comes in the ring and bounces around a power puncher and just outclass him, it's impressive to people. No, he didn't get the knockout. He won by decision, but this man was knocking everybody out, and he boxed around them, and it was impressive to people. But someone like Kamaru Usman, because of the toe stomps, and like I said, because of those toe stomps in the fourth round, that Superman punch that Masvidal tried, it did nothing. He hit Usman with it, but it did nothing. That switch knee that he attempted, he didn't even get up off the ground high enough. That was the fucking toe stomps. That hurt. Those body shots he was throwing on the fence while he had him pressed against the fence, all of those body shots he kept landing, that's why Jorge Masvidal's mouth was wide open after the third round, and he had 2 more 5-minute rounds to fight. See, that's impressive work. It keeps your opponent from being spectacular like people are used to seeing him. That's impressive work. So because you can't appreciate that, doesn't mean it was whack, bro. It means you just don't appreciate that work.
Let me say this real quick, D. Jefferson, because you're saying that Usman did a great performance. It wasn't a great performance, bro. I'm in the UFC community, bro. I participate in a lot of UFC talks, bro. I've been doing UFC my whole life, bro. So you can't really say that about me. If anything, I think I know the UFC skill set more than boxing. But let me say this real quick. That was not a basketball performance, bro. The toe stomping, that's one of the things that I think the UFC and other MMA organizations need to get rid of, bro. Because it's ineffective. It's actually silly and it's funny for the people that don't know what the fuck's going on, bro. But let me say this real quick. How is Usman going 5 rounds, 25 minutes with a dude that had to cut pounds in 6 days, bro, and you're still making excuses for Usman? Usman, if anything, he felt like a coward. He didn't want to trade with Masvidal. He was scared with the dude that only had 6 days.
Bro, I'm like 2 seconds from kicking you off of here, bro. Because I'm not, one thing, you're not frustrating me. You're just acting silly, dog. For real, you're acting silly. Like, sometimes I think you borderline retarded. Or you.
Hold on, bro.
Ain't no hold on, bro. Ain't no hold on. Like, you gotta listen. One more time, bro. This is no fucking debate. At every angle, you keep attempting to debate me. Number one, I don't want to debate you, DSFG, or H Money. I really don't want to debate you guys anymore. That's number one. But this ain't no goddamn debate, fam. Okay? It ain't. Now, again, toe stomping ineffective and it's silly. I just fucking sat up here and explained to you the effects. And it was facts, dog. The Superman punch he attempted, it had nothing on it. The double knee he attempted in the late rounds, the championship rounds, had nothing on it. And it was because of the toe stomping. So you cannot sit up here after I explain the effects to you and say that it wasn't effective. Yeah, go ahead and leave, because you know you're acting silly right now, bro. I don't have time for that dumb shit. This nigga want to debate. It's no debate. Like, fuck, you don't have to like the performance. How many people didn't like Spence's performance against Mikey Garcia? How many people said it was a masterclass? Because they wanted to see Spence knock Mikey Garcia out. They didn't want to see him outbox him. So was it a masterclass or was it a poor performance? Again, everybody ain't going to like certain performances or whatever, fam, but there are a lot of UFC fans, regardless of what El Jefe thinks, that did like the performance because you stop a guy from doing what he's able to do. Like, am I making sense to you guys, Raider and Red Glove, with the Usman Masvidal situation? Like, Jorge Masvidal has been coming in there straight demolishing everybody he's getting in the ring with, just beating the hell out of them. Flying knees, Ben Askren, spinning back fists. He's been spinning heel kicks. You know what I mean? He's punching like crazy. But he gets in there with Usman, and he shows none of that. Usman eliminates all of that. Like,
well, D, I was gonna say, I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch UFC, so I can't really speak to that. But just off the context, like just assuming that everything you're saying is true,
right?
Then yeah, I agree. And just real quick, because I just want to jump on for a little bit. I'm kind of in the middle of something. I just want to say thank you for having me on. Everybody who hasn't done so already, please hit that like button to help D with getting this live seen, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is the Red Glove Militant. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
Peace, Red Glove. Appreciate you. Mr. Two Head said that dude was fatigued, in my opinion. Not the toe stomp, but the stomping will take the sting off the kick. That's another effect. Correct, Mr. Two Hands. And complicate him being offensively and defensively proper stance. Right, bro. Like footwork, like getting out of the way, man. That shit start to hurt. It start to hurt. And then the body shots, bro. Like, man, those body shots, look, they take the wind out of you, bro. They take the wind out of you. So, nah, it wasn't impressive, but it's just like I said, who's going to beat him? Who's going to beat Kamaru Usman? I think to beat Kamaru Usman, I think it's going to have to be somebody that will submit him. That's how I see that guy getting beat. He's going to have to get submitted, like choked out, arm bar, knee bar, or something like that. Other than that, I don't see him losing, bro. I don't see him losing. France said, get this smoke. Did you catch Kanye West? Oh, my gosh. Did you guys catch that dumb shit? Kanye West, man. Look, man, that MK Ultra got that dude. They got his mind all messed up.
I personally think that dude Kanye is running so he can take votes away from Biden.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but it's not. Kanye is doing nothing more than putting Trump in office. He's guaranteeing, if he keeps this charade up, to me, he's just guaranteeing that Trump gets reelected, which is not really a big problem for me. But that's what he's doing because, like you say, he will be taking votes from Biden. And again, let's say Kanye West won the Democratic election, the campaign, so he's going to be the candidate for the Democrats. No fucking way he wins the election, bro. No fucking way. This is not a well-spoken governor such as Obama was. This is an idiot. that loses his mind. Like, he cannot even stay stable concerning the rap industry. We would put somebody like that behind the presidency? Nah, bro. Like, this whole thing with Kanye is just a fucking charade, bro. It's a charade. And the Democrats, like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Get this smoke. You in here, because this is the process that I don't really understand. Like, can anybody just pop and say, I want to run for president? And that shit is entertained? Like, how does that shit work? Like, why is he even being considered a Democratic elect? Period. The dude has nothing to do with politics. He's never been a lawyer or a judge. And he's been unstable in the music industry and the clothing industry. Why the fuck? How does he even qualify to become a delegate?
I think as long as you're born in the United States, when you're above the age of 34, you can run, bro.
Oh my gosh, dog! You see this? You see this?
Hold on, bro, because I can see the chat.
Yeah. Well, go in the chat. Don't start saying that. I'm just saying, dog. Thank you,
Luis Puente, bro.
Hold on for a second. Luis Puente, thanks for the super chat, bro. Appreciate you, my man. Always appreciate it. All right, El Jefe, if you got something to say, okay, El Jefe, if you got something to say to Luis, back out, go in the chat. I'm gonna let you back on the chat. But if you call Luis Puente out, I'm kicking you off for the rest of the day. That's the rule. So you know the rules. I don't.
Yeah, I want to get back to the point of the UFC.
Yeah, get back to that.
Yeah, man. I just think a boring fighter is a boring fighter, bro. And in the UFC, people don't like wrestlers, bro. People don't like huggers. We want to see striking. We want to see kicks. We want to see all that type of thing. That's why Francis Ngannou, Adesanya, fucking Conor McGregor, these dudes are going to be stars because they're strikers, bro. A boring fighter is a boring fighter. So we can't make excuses for these boring fighters. They got to perform, bro. Because at the end of the day, boxing and UFC and combat sports, it's an entertainment, bro. People pay their hard-earned money, bro. I paid $100, bro, to watch that shit, bro. And I was so pissed off, bro. Like, it's getting to the point where a lot of people that moved to the UFC are moving back to boxing and vice versa because people want to see entertainment, bro. That's facts.
All right, Jefe, look, bro, just stop talking about the UFC because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I don't really like. I don't want you coming up here pushing false narratives, dog. This channel ain't about no fucking false narratives. For you to say you definitely cannot be in the UFC community. For you to even mention about wrestling and grappling, you've not said on any UFC channels. Man, we love that shit about this sport. What are you talking about? People don't like to see people hugging and grabbing. Wrestling and grappling is highly respected in the UFC. You're fucking dead ass wrong about that, dog. Watching guys get certain submissions or break out of submissions or wrestler control or grab. One of the most classic matchups right now is a master wrestler versus a master grappler. And people like to see that. You don't bump your head and lost your fucking mind. It's boxing fans, like I told you before. It is boxing fans that don't appreciate the groundwork of the UFC, bro. And a lot of boxing fans even say it. Man, it's okay, but when they get to rolling around on the floor, I can't deal with it. There's boxing fans that say that. That is not UFC fans that have a lack of respect for grappling and the wrestling aspect and the jiu-jitsu of mixed martial arts. You're fucking dead wrong on that. That is a boxing fan's perspective. And any true UFC fan will tell you that. So, El Jefe, don't push no narratives up here. I don't push narratives. That's a false narrative you just push. And channel ain't about pushing narratives. It is a false narrative, dog. It is a false narrative.
I understand it. It might be a narrative. But let me say this before I bounce out of here, bro. You might be right, but I think this new era of UFC fans are a bit different. We expect bigger fights. Conor McGregor has changed up the game, not only fighting, but the business. And also, let me say this real quick. Luis Puente, you a bitch, bro. You a hoe, bro.
Yeah. I guess he wanted to say that because he knew he was going off. Well, Luis Puente, you got your wish. I'm running a live actually later tonight too because I was working and stuff. And I got to go put in my picks for the league this week. But he doesn't, now he off the fucking live for the rest of the day. So that's the rules, guys. If you come up here cussing somebody out like that, unless it's me, you cuss me out 100 times, I might let you back on an hour later. I don't care. Y'all can cuss me out, say what you want. I don't care. I genuinely don't give a shit, okay? I won't get mad at you guys. Stay in the chat. Come back on the panel. You say whatever you want about D. Jefferson. Don't say anything about anybody else. That's all I ask. Other than that, I don't care what y'all say about me. I'll probably end up laughing at the shit, to tell you the truth. Like I usually do. LFA don't. Oh, yeah, I ain't messing with LFA. But anyway, damn the UFC, man.
Hey, D.
Yeah.
Hey, D. Hey, to Hefe's point, me, I don't really watch UFC that much. Almost not at all. But I mean, I do like it when they fucking go on, they strike, they're boxing, they're, you know, like remember that those two chicks that fought, Jersey, what was it?
Oh, Joyce
Jersey or whatever her name is.
Julie Zhang, yeah, boy, that was a battle there, boy.
Yeah, that was they were striking back and forth. I like seeing shit like that. The Kukui versus what was his name? The other dude that beat him, the white dude that beat Kukui not too long ago. Ferguson, and what's his name?
All right. No,
whatever. That was a good fight. They were striking back and forth. I don't really like seeing when I do see it, I don't really like seeing all that grappling and wrestling and just holding each other and stomps to the fucking toes. I don't that wasn't exciting to me, but I'm speaking for myself. I do like the striking and all that. That's my thing.
Yeah, well, see, this is what I'm saying now. And Myron made a point too. Yeah, he made a point that UFC is more stand-up today. It is because guys don't have all of these guys don't have the grappling and the wrestling skills. But Myron, who are the best fighters in the UFC today? Is it the strikers or the guys that have the grappling and the wrestling? And see, that's what people got to understand. Kimbo Slice, one of the best strikers in the game, got taken down nothing. He's nothing. He was nothing once he got taken down. Tank Abbott back in the day was nothing. He beat the shit out of you. He had great takedown defense, but once he got taken down, nothing doing. So there's an element to the reason it's more stand-up because the guys that, like you say you get a master grappler and a master wrestler in there, they're both reluctant to take it to the ground. So they'll try to get it done on the stand-up. The reason it's more stand-up is because guys are more overall skilled. That's why. That has a lot to do with why it's more stand-up. Because, you can't just shoot the gap and take anybody down these days. Like you look at a guy like Damian Maia, but at least maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Taking Damian Maia down was dangerous. He's no master wrestler, he's a master grappler. But taking him down, that was a danger to you to take him down. Because Damian Maia could submit you from any fucking position, bro. He could submit you from full guard, half guard. You got the back of him, he was finding ways to get submissions. So, again, like, I don't know, man. To me, it's sort of like the same thing we face in boxing with casuals versus diehards with hardcore fans. You know what I mean? Casuals want to see more knockouts. And I think it's the same thing with the UFC. It's a casual thing. The casuals want to see that, bro. You know what I mean?
Hey, D, my bad. What do you think about What do you think about boxing? I know they don't want to make these big pay-per-view fights because there's no crowds or whatever. They're not gonna make enough revenue. But what do you think about right now being the time to bring in these lower weight classes and put shine on these lower weight classes? You know what I
Perfect.
mean? Like bring out these big fights that are possible in the lower weight classes, like Gallo versus Chocolatito, Tanaka versus Ioka, Inui Casemiro, Vargas versus Luis Neri, Navarrete, and even against Magdaleno. These are not pay-per-view fights like in when before COVID, but they are big fights. You know what I mean? They you can have these fights, man, and show the non-casuals, like the people that are getting into boxing, what boxing is about with these lower weight classes, and put shine on them. I mean, they don't- and then plus they don't pay these fighters that much money to begin with, anyways, because it's the lower weight class. I think it's a perfect opportunity for them to bounce on that. If I
Yeah.
were them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. Like that would be ample. I think, and then a lot of those fights too, Raider, they're exciting because those guys are fast, bro. They got fast hands. I think that would be excellent for boxing to start showcasing those guys. Fuck the tournament structure in those classes would be perfect right now. Those smaller classes, like get these guys in the tournament and all of these guys start banging it out. Hell, they're not making a great amount of money anyway. So that shouldn't be a factor with that. But yo, I'm with you. Like, bring these guys out, man. Bring these guys out. It's just the smaller guys, man, in all combat sports. Smaller guys just don't get the support, bro. Like Demetrius Johnson is one of the greatest guys in the UFC history, but he doesn't get the recognition he deserved because he was a smaller guy. You know what I mean? Cejudo's a beast, bro. TJ Dillashaw. These guys were freaking beasts, but they were smaller guys, and they just, I don't know, man. People like to see the big guys throw those heavy punches and stuff. And Brown Gone One said,
I heard that dude. I heard that dude wants to come out of
over the years.
retirement. Huh?
Yeah, it did. It did, Brown Gone One, because he was trash, but he stopped somebody, I think. He knocked somebody out, actually, which was a surprise. But yeah, it did improve. Improved a lot. Chopsticks in the building. Toby Ball, it was good with you. Samuel Shaw trolling. Vote El Jefe for president 2028. Nigga, that's only 8 years from now. You think that dude, as screwy as he is, you think he gonna be screwed on high enough to run this country? That's only 8 years. How about 2048? How about that? We gotta give him some more time, dog. We trying to survive out here. Stockton King said Masvidal didn't even want it with Nate on the ground, or he would have lost, so he kept the stand up. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Nate was laying on the ground waiting for him. Yeah, Masvidal backed up. That's what I'm saying, man. Like a lot of these guys, man, and Masvidal's another one. He's been practicing. For all you guys that don't know, Masvidal has been practicing immensely on his grappling and his wrestling. He'll tell you that now. He's been going hard on that, grappling and wrestling, because he knows that's his Achilles heel. Masvidal is nice with the hands, and he can grapple pretty good. So let's give him his respect on the grappling aspect. And you can tell that he's been working at it really hard because he escaped Kamaru Usman like 4 or 5 times that fight. Not only did he escape, not only did he get back to his feet, but he escaped, separated. That's hard to do, guys, with a guy like Kamaru Usman. Look at Tyron Woodley. He's a way better wrestler than Masvidal, and he wasn't able to escape and create that separation the way Masvidal did multiple times. So Masvidal's improving a lot just to be able to get out of the grips of a Kamaru Usman like that. And Masvidal's going to be something. He's going to be something, man. He is now, but if he keeps pushing the way he is, he's going to go down as an ATG because he's bright, man, and he's getting better and better and better really quick, too. He's always had the hands. He's came in with the hands. He used to fight on the street, the backyard fighting and all of that. That's what Jorge used to do that all the time. So he's got the hands, but boy, once he start implementing this wrestling and ground control and grappling, man, he's gonna be crazy dangerous. Matt Gross said we will be virtually guaranteed a top 4 with a win. So it's a must win for us. You're playing at the wrong time. What y'all talking about? Said wrestlers don't always win versus striker, especially these days. Oh, no. Hell no, Myron. Shit. Masvidal is a perfect example. Ben Askren is one of the best wrestlers in the game. He laid that motherfucker out, flying knee. Boop. Done deal. Damian Maia is an excellent grappler. He's been beaten up by strikers. You know what I mean? So, no, they don't always win. That's for sure. They don't. But, Myron, let me ask you this. Oh, it's all good, Raider. Because you make that statement, right? Justin Gaethje, by Myron, is he a wrestler or is he a striker? Justin Gaethje. Is he a wrestler or is he a striker? That's another good one. That's another good example. Kobe Covington was the best friend and roommate who took his ass wrestling every day. Yep. Helping him out. Damn right, Mr. Two Hands. Kobe Covington and Jorge Masvidal used to be like this. Now they don't really get along too much, but they used to be thick as thieves. And McGregor is striker. Did you answer that, Double M? But anyway, here's the thing, Myron, the point that I was getting to. Justin Gaethje throws those hands. Everybody know that. He throws those hands. Justin Gaethje's a wrestler, bro, and a very, very good wrestler. That's why people don't just shoot to take him down, because they know that he has good wrestling. You see what I mean? So people will say, oh, he's a striker, but he's not. Justin Gaethje's a wrestler. His background is wrestling. So we can't say that wrestlers, the element of them being able to take you down, if you have hands and the element of them being able to take you down, that's scary in the UFC. So wrestlers be taking over shit. Daniel Cormier, wrestler. Stipe, wrestler. Askren, wrestler. GSP. I can't use GSP. He's overall. It's everything. But grapplers and wrestlers run shit, bro. See, like with Damian Maia, somebody, I think Brown Gall 1 said his hands got better over the year. Master grappler, jiu-jitsu specialist, Damian Maia. He started winning more the better his hands start, because with master grapplers and wrestlers, all they have to have is good enough hands. But they have that element to be able to submit you or shoot the gap and take you down. So guys still got to be cautious. So if they have decent hands, they're good. But the opposite, they have to improve highly, or you'll be like a Kimbo, or you know what I mean? They have to really improve intensely, like Jorge Masvidal is doing, because he was a good striker, but now he's working triple time on wrestling and grappling. But wrestlers don't have to work as hard. They got to get enough to get decent hands, something they can stun you with. Most wrestlers, you see them with an overhand or some shit like that. They don't have to have the best hands. But the opposite is not the same. You have to get those skills way up if you're just a pure striker. And that's why wrestlers and grapplers run the show, basically, man. You do need to be, you need to be good in both. That's why I was just explaining. I don't think you got to be, if you're a master grappler or a wrestler, I think you just need to be decent with the hands. If you're a striker, predominantly striker, I think you need to be good with the ground. Whether it's grappling, wrestling, I think you need to be good. The opposite, though, I think you just need to be decent. I don't think you need to have the best hands, because all you need to do is work inside good enough and get a hold of them, bro. I've seen, what's his name? The Natural, Randy Couture, get beat all in the back of his head, ankle lock, fight over. Hands ain't, you know what I mean? Hands are good, but if you don't get that knockout, then what's your hands gonna do for you? When a guy could choke you, armbar you, Kimura, knee lock, ankle lock, knee ball, guillotine, rear naked choke, triangle, darce, all of these submissions, bro. And all you can do is knock a guy out. Nah, they have to work twice as hard, because not only do these strikers have to work on their wrestling so the guys can't control them, but then submission defense. So even if they get to work on wrestling, what about submission defense? Knowing how to get your underhooks in there, you know, Muay Thai clinch. So many of these pure strikers that don't know about Muay Thai, I wish Boone was here, he'll tell you. They get so stuck with the simple Muay Thai clinch. They stuck with the Muay Thai clinch, getting fucked up, catching all kind of knees. Nigga let their elbow put the Muay Thai clinch back on. You know why? Because they don't have the simple strategy to understand how to break the hook. Get your hand up in there and break the hook of the Muay Thai clinch, which is simple, but they don't know. They don't know how to break that clinch, so they get in that clinch and they get murdered. All kind of knees and elbows and shit, short shots to the face, because they can't simply break a Muay Thai clinch. So a pure striker has so much more to learn. If you come to the table with wrestling and grappling, you got, to me, more than half the game won already. You have to pick up enough striking skills to hold your own, but when the opposite plays, so much you got to learn. You know, with master wrestlers, you got to make sure that you don't get controlled on the ground, because you can get ground and pounded or choked out, because wrestlers love to choke you out. The chokes and the ground and pound they're good at because they control your positioning. The reason they can't control jiu-jitsu specialist grapplers is because they practice somewhat of the same thing, controlling positioning on the ground. But the pure striker, they lost against the wrestler and they lost against the grappler. So when they get to, you know, upgrading their ground game, they got to learn so much. They got to learn so much. Said, yeah, that's another thing. Facts, Toby. Wrestlers, their fitness need to be really up there. But strikers don't use as much energy, but I don't know. Their fitness got to be up there too. Fuck that, bro. You throwing all them punches and kicks and shit. You try to do that for 3 minutes or 5 minutes straight. You see how you feel after that 5 minutes. Shit, man. Just try to fight a street fight for 1 minute. I'm telling you, after 1 minute, you're going to feel like you done ran 3 miles, dog. You got to have, like, a lot of crazy energy for both of them, guys. I ain't even going to lie. He said, Chopstick, I love Dominic Cruz, sarcasm and intellect. Dude is super. Oh, Dominic Cruz is smart as hell, bro. He is. Randy Couture, the natural. Myron, come on, dude. You gonna mention Randy Couture and say he was knocked out by who? How many strikers did he demolish, though? Be fair with that. He demolished more strikers than he was knocked out by. Say he didn't. Can't bring up one name, or he demolished more strikers than he was stopped by. Way more. The natural? Again, it's still like good strikers, good knees, and Anderson Silva. Use him. Now, he had it all. Like GSP, John Jones, they had it all. They could wrestle, they could grapple, jiu-jitsu, striker, though. Anderson Silva was an excellent striker. But, you know, Anderson Silva would lock you up. He'll put you in a guillotine. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Like, it's a good argument, though. I will say that. I just think a guy that has decent hands, but the element to take you down is more of a threat than a guy who just has good hands. That's just my opinion. Like, if you just got good hands, that guy that has decent hands, but he can take you down and submit you or ground and pound you, I'm like more leaning toward that skill. He's more rounded. And I always just think about Kimbo Slice. Like, man, once they got a hold of Kimbo, he was lost, bro. He was totally lost. Well, yeah, because they practice that because they know they have to, and they got decent takedown defense. But Conor McGregor's an excellent striker. His takedown defense is good. He, Khabib takedown defense won't nowhere. And see, like again, Justin Gaethje, people would try to use him as an example of what you're saying, because he came in striking. When he was strike force in UFC, striking, punching. And then say, see, he's a good striker with great takedown defense, but he's wrestling first, striker second. And that's the case too. Myron, you got to take that into account that a lot of these guys come in the UFC and they have these other skills, but they fall in love with the fact that they can strike. I'll give you a perfect example of that. Two, as a matter of fact, Kobe Covington and Tyron Woodley. They fell in love with what they can do with their hands, but both of these guys are wrestlers. So we couldn't use them for examples to say, yeah, but usually great strikers have. Shit, that's 3 great strikers I gave you that were actually really wrestlers. They're really wrestlers. They're not strikers. You know what I mean? But they have that element, and that fighter standing across from them know, well, I can't just shoot on this guy because he's a great wrestler. I gotta watch these kicks I throw because he can shoot the gap and take me down. And with all of that going through their mind, it makes what they do with their hands even more potent because those guys got that going through the back of their mind. But a lot of these guys that we would think are strikers have actually switched over and adapted to striking. And because it's just like I said, it's an easier transition. Like wrestlers are already strong, bro. Like they're already strong. They already pack power. They don't have the technique in striking. So they just need to learn some overhand rights, work a jab a little bit. They don't have to become super efficient. Whereas when you look at the opposite end of the spectrum, those pure strikers got a lot more work to do to adapt to the UFC than a wrestler coming in. He has a lot less work to do to adapt to the UFC than those pure strikers because, dog, getting taken down and all that. I don't know. Smoke, he looks sleep on the picture. Smoke, you there?
Yeah, I'm cold chilling. You're all in your UFC thing about wrestling and grappling, and I'm twisting one, so I figure I'll let you continue doing that stuff. I would just say that the UFC is predicated. It was really built as a showcase for the grappling arts, right? And I think part of its evolution has actually really hurt that, developing that sport. The idea that, the way that they changed the cage and, you can't wear uniforms anymore. And also there's a time limit. Like if, in a real jiu-jitsu fight, there's not really a time limit. It's you keep going until somebody gets submitted.
Yeah. But GSP is an anomaly, dog. That's why when I said John Jones, I was like, nah, I ain't even gonna count John Jones. Like Anderson Silva, GSP, John Jones, shit, hell, even Daniel Cormier. These guys are special guys. I can't. When we talk about those guys, they did something that really not supposed to be done. They're on another level. All 4 of those guys are ATGs, bro, of the UFC. John Jones, Daniel Cormier, GSP, and Anderson Silva. They're ATGs, bro. So, like, those guys are on a different level. The average guy ain't going to do with Anderson or with GSP. Hell, these athletic fighters, they ain't going to get it off like that, man. But you're right. He did start off karate. Yep. But that's how special he is. He adapted and learned all of that other shit. Fucking El Jefe. He done turned my life into a damn UFC. UFC discussion. But anyway, man, Smoke, what do you think? How long? I know you've been here for a while. What do you think about the whole tournament structure, man? This WBO situation, basically canning the tournament. And I know it's got to do with Ryan Garcia's pulling out. What you think about that?
Oh, you mean the WBC tournament?
No, the WBO.
I thought it was Ryan and Luke, and then Fortuna and Linares for the WBC.
Nah. Did you see that? No, that's what they having. They're having the WBC eliminator, but the WBO had a tournament that was going to go, and Ryan was supposed to be a part of it.
Ryan and who else?
Ryan, Selby, Baranchik, like a lot of guys in the lightweight division. But when Ryan pulled out, they scrapped the tournament. They see this? You see this up here, Smoke?
Yeah, hold on.
Reverses and suspends plans for lightweight box off. So I'm talking about the WBO. I ain't talking about the WBC.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, I got the WBC one is going off. So that was the one I'm looking forward to. So the WBO is just looking janky. Like they look like, first off, I didn't even know they were having a tournament. So I don't know why you're telling me that you canceled the tournament that nobody knew you were having in the first place. You might as well just kept your mouth shut. And especially since I don't
know why you didn't know about it.
I mean, because I mean, everyone is talking about. Listen, I thought first off, Ryan Garcia was supposed to fight Linares. That's who he was supposed to fight after Fonseca. At no point was I looking forward to a Ryan Garcia in a WBO tournament. He went from Linares to 200K for TBD to Luke Campbell and this whole like 4-man guy to fight Devin Haney. So at no point was I like, hey, what's up with this WBO Luke Campbell thing? I just, whatever. Cool. I mean, I'm not mad at Baranchik or who the hell. I guess. I mean, isn't Loma the WBO lightweight guy?
Yeah. WBO, WBA.
Yeah, right. So if Loma's not in it and Tio's not in it and Devin Haney's not in it, what the hell kind of tournament are we talking about?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. But okay, Loma, Devin Haney, Teofimo not in it. We still got names that we could put in the tournament, and in the state of boxing right now, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's names out there that we can put and comprise a tournament, and the state of boxing being what it is right now, fuck, bro. I would like to see that.
Yeah, but the issue is though, it's not the state of boxing. It's not like WBO or nothing. The WBC has stepped in quite nicely with 2 fights and a champion that I think is better actually, because Fortuna, Linares, Linares was a longtime champ. Campbell's challenged for it a couple times. Fortuna is challenged for it a couple times. Ryan Garcia is on his way up. Baranchik's cool. I'm not mad at Baranchik, but without the WBO tournament that does not feature and doesn't result in fighting the WBO champion, who cares?
Yeah, I remember that. Double M. They sure did change the rule because they was about the money. But hell yeah, bro, when they first came out, only thing you couldn't do when they first came out was, I think, bite and eye gouge. That was it.
Yeah, I don't even know if you could kick to the groin. It might have been something like that. Maybe you couldn't kick to the groin.
Yeah, groin kicks, but like eye gouge, like biting and groin kicking, that was it. But everything else was legal. You can't, it's not, all of that shit's not legal. Like if a dude's down on his knee, you can't knee him in the face no more. You can't stomp them if they down on the ground. You used to be able to stomp their ass in the face if they was down on the ground. Like it was any means necessary, but they had to change all of that shit. You could kick guys in the head when they're down on
Yeah, I mean, part of the beauty of jiu-jitsu and wrestling is wearing a guy down. So, I mean, unless you're gonna have like different kind of scoring for it, I don't know. I just don't get it. But UFC's cool, but I think that they're still evolving into what they're actually going to be when they really get to where they're trying to go.
All right, El Jefe, where El Jefe at? He always talk about I asked that fool about telling to it the other day. He's like, who? I said, man, if you I bet you Myron know who he is. He's from UFC 1. Like I was saying, man, you don't tell UFC. UFC. You give me 4 fighters from UFC 1. Just give me 4. Shit, everybody should know too. Shamrock and Gracie should at least know too, right?
Is that Kima? I mean, I remember from the first. I just remember the early days. I can't tell which one was which. You know, Shamrock, Ken before. There's also Tank came in late. Tank came in late. I remember the fat sumo guy, the taekwondo guy. See, it wasn't about the names for me because they weren't anybody. It was the disciplines, and I liked seeing the masters of a martial art like clash. But now it's like an overall rounded guy, and for me, and that's really why I'm not that excited about the UFC, because I don't see the proficiency in any of the disciplines being that high outside of a couple of guys, right? So, I liked when Mighty Mouse was in there and John Jones, and you had a higher level of proficiency of the practitioners. Like now, like Justin Gaethje, dude, like I don't want to look at that dude's face. I don't want to hear him talk, and I don't like watching him fight. So
what? You don't like Justin?
I mean, nah, man. Like, come on, bro. Who of the UFC, the all-time greats could that guy beat? Fucking nobody. That's who. And they just pump him up like this is the new generation of guys, and this new generation of guys are just. I mean, listen. I like Cowboy Oliveira. I feel like he could have competed in any time, right? I like even Khabib might have been able to do something at any point, right? But then there's just these guys that are just Colby Covington. That guy would not be anything if it wasn't for the era that he's competing in. And Justin Gaethje also.
No, Smoke, that's not true, bro. Colby Covington, see, that's what I was just explaining not explaining, but that's what I was just saying about, that's what I was just saying with Myron. Colby Covington and Justin Gaethje, in my opinion, could have definitely competed back then. These guys are master wrestlers, bro. They don't use it. They came to the UFC and start utilizing their hands and fell in love with their hands. But these guys have fucking massive wrestling behind them.
I understand that they have massive wrestling bios, but there used to be Olympic gold medal wrestlers all throughout the UFC. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the proficiency level of the practitioner has gone down. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, but Justin Gaethje is not elite for every era of UFC.
But think about it. What my man Double M was just saying. When we talk about like Randy Couture, right? It was because his hands weren't as good as they were. That's why Machido got him. I think Shogun Hua, because his hands weren't as good as they were. Guys like Justin Gaethje and Colby Covington, their wrestling is good. You see what I mean? But their hands are nice. So they definitely could have competed back then. Because they got good hands, and they got a lot of the guys that were just pure wrestlers back then used to get into trouble, and vice versa. Guys that was more hands and stand-up used to get into trouble. But these guys will be good both ways. The sport is
listen, that's what I'm saying. It's not that they don't have the skill. It's just the level of skill, right? They're more rounded fighters, right? But I don't think that their skill level is high enough to actually compete against these guys who weren't as well-rounded. Right. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even as a wrestler, I'm saying even as a wrestler, like Chuck Liddell is not that great a wrestler. Right. I think he would have beat the holy shit out of Justin Gaethje. Straight up. Like, I don't care how great a wrestler Justin Gaethje is. Like, I just don't think he's that great a fighter. I don't think he's that great a wrestler. And I also don't think he's that great a fighter.
That's a different weight class.
I get it.
So Justin Gaethje, okay. Chuck Liddell then. Let's utilize Chuck Liddell, right? Chuck Liddell, Jorge Masvidal. Good fight. Good fight. See what I'm saying? So, like, bro, I don't know. I just think opposite. I think a lot of these guys.
I picked Chuck Liddell because he was he's also one of those guys who's a product of the time, right? It's not like he could have, it's not like his skill set would have transcended all of the different eras of UFC, but he was a good fighter. He could throw those hands, right? He was a tough guy, and he was very determined and all that stuff. But his skill set wasn't necessarily transcendent to every era of the UFC. And that's what I'm saying about Justin Gaethje. Like he's well rounded and all, but his level of fight, like he's just not that great a fighter.
But I disagree with that, bro. Did you see the work that he did on Tony Ferguson? And Tony Ferguson is a good fucking fighter. And Justin Gaethje was picking him apart, bro. This was Tony Ferguson he did this to, who could have definitely competed back in the day because he's so well-rounded. How can we say Justin Gaethje's not a good fighter? The way he picked Tony Ferguson apart.
I don't know. Like the name escapes me. I remember he was going through this whole thing with Whitaker. And there was this time when he was going through it with Whitaker. He had some fight. He had a few fights. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, listen, I'm not trying to down the UFC, and it's all good. Like, Justin Gaethje. And I'm not even trying to talk shit about Justin Gaethje. It's just that, you know, for me, I really love the Demetrius Johnsons. I love the I love the Ryota Machida, like, you know, guys who could do some amazing shit. Like I said, Cowboy Oliveira. Like, you know, I'm amazed at some of the shit that dude can do.
Oh,
and
Severin, boy, yeah,
like, you know.
Hey.
I am not amazed. Like, so, you know, Tony Ferguson is cool. You know, he's weird. He can cut you up with his elbows. He got some good strikes. It's not like I'm saying Tony Ferguson is like not a good fighter or anything like that. He's just like, yeah, I don't know, whatever. He's all right. He's cool.
The game standards, he light heavy, Myron. He would be fighting John Jones and Dominic Reyes and them. Chuck wouldn't be in there with Stipe and Daniel and Ngannou. So, I mean, like in today's standards, he would be light heavyweight, maybe welter. He definitely wouldn't be heavyweight. Fucking Francis Ngannou would fucking sleep Chuck Liddell, even the old Chuck Liddell. Daniel Cormier would fucking punish Chuck Liddell, even the old Chuck Liddell. Like, they're too big. Stipe Miocic would fucking destroy Chuck Liddell. Like, these guys, he was too small, but...
Yeah, the big knock.
Yeah, Chuck was a beast, though. He had hands, but I don't know, man. Small. I just think guys of today actually will have a better chance to compete because I get what you're saying. Like, the guys back in the day, like, if they were jiu-jitsu, they were master jiu-jitsu artists. If they were wrestlers, they were master wrestlers. You know what I mean? Taekwondo, yeah. They was master Taekwondo guys. But they were more masterful for their disciplines. With these guys having skills in so many areas, I just think that they would have been able to compete. It's just like my man Truth Bomb Jake say. You look at one of the greatest of all time, Gracie, and look what happened when he took the gi off. You see, because he was
he was choking cats out with that gi. He used to choke cats the hell out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was a master at what he could do in jiu-jitsu with the gi. But when he took the gi off, you see what I mean? And so these guys in this day and time, bro, like...
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I like about it. I like that you get to be at your best. Like, you get to do whatever it is you do in order to make you a dangerous fighter against somebody else, and let's see who's actually more dangerous.
Damn. Yeah, all right, guys. I gotta get ready to dip out, man. Because I got to put some picks in. So I guess this kind of went from the WBO tournament to, no, I ain't back, dog. No, sir, Samuel. Let me tell you something. I'm going to respond to this right now. And I'll tell all of y'all something. The guy that owns this paint company is a friend of mine. He's a friend of mine, okay? His wife, my wife, we go out and stuff like that. Because of the COVID-19 situation, all of the construction companies here and probably most everywhere else are behind like a motherfucker, dog. All their jobs got held up, and now they got to get these jobs turned over. Physically, like, I'm not even, like, I'm sore shit now, guys. I'm not even really in the position to do it. But, again, he's a friend of mine, and I want to help him. I really want to help him. So this week, Friday, y'all ain't seeing this Cheryl Williams shit no more. I can trust and believe that. Because I ain't about doing no painting, bro. this shit taken away. Helping him is taken away from here and what me and my wife got going on with our private business. Like, that's his business. Because he's my friend, I'm going to help him get shit on track. And after that, his guy's going to have to take over. But I got to work on my business and YouTube. Like, you know, that's it, bro. I ain't really doing no painting. Fuck. Look, man, I love to paint, but I ain't in the position to be doing no painting. So, no, sir, Samuel. D. Sherwin-Williams Jefferson is not that. Not at all, dog. You know what I mean? He helping out the 1099 elbow call. Yep, helping them out, dog. So, Smoke. Shit. Give me some. Matter of fact, Smoke, close us out. I'm playing the music after you close us out. Peace out, everybody. I'm going to let Smoke close us out. Give us some words of wisdom. And I'm shooting the music when Smoke closes down. Go ahead, Smoke. Take us out of here.
Yeah, for combat fans, combat sports fans, you know, the UFC is, I guess they're ahead of the curve in this whole COVID environment. But, you know, hold tight. I don't think COVID's going to be around forever. Boxing, all the promotions of boxing will be right back, and we won't have to hear about, you know, canceled tournaments that we didn't know about in the first place. Yeah, and we'll guys gonna get back to work, and they're gonna need that money. Peace to D, peace to the chat. Till tomorrow.
Peace.